What up, good people? It is Kashaya with LS2ELEVATION, and today, tonight, whatever time it may be, wherever you may be, I'm going to be talking about victory, okay? And I'm going to start off with how to live victoriously. I actually pulled out my old handy dandy book tour for this, and so it's going to be pretty positive. Going to be a few different parts concerning victory, but the first one we're going to jump off with is how to live victoriously. Excuse me, y'all. As you can see, I'm in my my kids are. All right, so let's rock. Y'all, it's cold outside, but it snowed. I'm a big kid. I'm so happy it snowed. You see all this joy on my face? My father loved me. I was like, I hope it snow, I hope it snow, I hope it snow. And he delivered the snow. So I'm happy. I'm happy. I'm simple. Simple. I'm happy. Anyway, we're gonna start off. So the first thing on how to live victoriously, and yes, I am looking at my handy dandy notebook. Yeah, you gotta pray over your notebook. Some weird people be able to. I don't know how people be able to read your notes and they ain't nowhere in your notebook. Witchcraft is interesting in it. Anywho, let's carry on. Y'all, I'm like I was gonna say 10,000, but it might be like 30,000. But I'm gonna be kind of everywhere in the message. I can give you a warning right now, just because I feel good. So hopefully y'all can feel it through the screen, and all of the good people can get some of this good energy. The rest of y'all, I don't suggest that you try to pull from it because you're not gonna like the result. I'm gonna tell you right now. Don't try to pull from this. You're not gonna like the result. If you see the filters and stuff changing on this, mind you, I'm being cyber stalked. I don't know if they sleep because right now I see the background is changing colors. I'm not doing that, just FYI. So yes, some of the technical difficulties, disclaimer, that you all see or hear with my productions is not me. Um, if you have access to me freely that I didn't give, um, I, it's not me. It's not me. So all them comments that people be having, yeah. Anywho, we're gonna jump into number one. All right, so number one on how to live victoriously is by Christ. And the scripture given is Philippians 13. Now, most of us that grew up in church, that went to church, some of us know the scripture by heart already, right? We can do all things through Christ who strengthened us. Philippians 4:13. That was one they fed us in children's church. At least they fed me in children's church. So I don't know what your children's church fed you. And yes, you do see me with all of this stuff going on right now. It's cold, like freezing. Anywho, so okay, how to live victoriously by Christ. So Philippians 4:13, Christ gives us the strength that we need to face anything. Anything. So we just finished up the elections here in the United States, and a lot of people oh y'all, I see the sorry. I told y'all this is gonna be an interesting video. Y'all gonna have to flow with me. I got the energy. I got good energy. Anywho, so we just rounded up the elections. We got all the results. All right. There are some people who are not feeling too hot right now concerning the elections and just the direction of the nation and the things that to come in this nation. Understandable. However, when you are a believer of Jesus Christ, it doesn't matter about who is the quote unquote president or not. It doesn't matter because who we serve is bigger and greater than said person, right? And so our faith should be just as big, right? We should know that we have strength through Jesus Christ and he's going to strengthen us through anything and everything because what type of good father would he be if he was not able to strengthen and support us in times when we felt weak or we needed the extra encouragement and strength, right? So as believers, we are able to live victoriously by Christ, right? Through the strength that Christ gives us to know and understand and to believe that we can do all things through Christ who strengthens us, okay? So, that's the first way on how we can live victoriously is by Christ. The second way is by resisting the devil. Now, for some of us, let me not say some of us, because I don't want no prophet that I ain't never physically met. Comment, talking about something. Don't say we. Baby, don't include yourself then. It's really that simple. Anywho, I told you it's gonna be one of them type of videos. My energy is through the roof. Anywho, James 4:7, okay? It says, I paraphrase this. But anyway, it talks about surrendering to God, resisting the devil, and he will flee, okay? So we are able to live victoriously when we resist the devil. So there are going to be plenty of things and ways that the devil tries to attack us and come to us to get us to um, partake in the foolery that he is full of, okay? And sometimes the devil doesn't come to us in foolery. Sometimes he comes to us as all the things that we want. But when we resist the devil, he will flee. And by us resisting him, by us surrendering to God, we are able to live victoriously because we are resisting the different ways that the devil is going to come to us. It's going to tempt us, right? Sometimes he'll even tempt you through the people that should be your peers and etc. I don't know if you can relate to that. I've been living it for a little bit now, at a different level, so it's kind of interesting. But the devil, he shows up in all types of ways. Okay, it's just our job to resist him, and he will flee. All right, surrender to God, resist the devil, and the devil will flee. All right, so the first one was by Christ. The second one is by resisting the devil. Okay, the third way we are able to live victoriously is by keeping the power of God. So the scripture that was given out of my handy dandy book tour is Jude 24 through 25. And basically, what I took from that, right, is when we offer praise to God who keeps us from falling, he makes us pure and joyful in his glorious presence. So, when we are praising God, when we're offering our praise to God, he's able to keep us pure. 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 Now, the fourth way is by the Spirit of God. And the scriptures that were given for that one was Romans 8, 1 through 17, and then Galatians 5:16, as well as 23 through 25. So what I took away from that, um, so being when we're led by God's Spirit, it keeps our mind on spiritual things. And it says only those led by God's Spirit are his children. So when we allow our minds to drift off on everything else that's not of God, right? Of all the different things and lust, the temptations that comes with the world, then we are in essence, we're not having our mind on the spiritual things, right? And it says those who are led by God's Spirit are his children. So a lot of us, we believe that we're God's children, and God don't know us. He don't know us. He don't know us. He don't know us. Why? Because our minds are not being led by the right thing, right? Sometimes our mind is being led by the flesh. Sometimes it's being led by worldly desires, which is still kind of sandwiched in there in the flesh. We'll get to that a little bit later. But when we keep our mind on spiritual things, then um, we are God's children, right? So it's good for us to keep our mind on spiritual things so we can be accounted as his children. What else did I get from this one? Number four, raw. Let me see what else I got in here. Hold on. Y'all, I think I took a break. So let me get to the right page. Hold on. All right. Yep. So it also stated for this one, when we walk in the spirit, and ye shall not fulfill the lust of the flesh. So I briefly touched on that as well, right? When we are led by the Spirit of God, then we're not moving in our fleshly desires. So when we're dead to our flesh, it's easier for us to walk in the Spirit of God. Yep, because the next note I basically have is those who are Christ have crucified the flesh. So when we crucify our flesh, when we die to the things of the flesh, like our lustful desires, basically just able to tame ourselves. I think the best way to do this is through fasting, because you're putting down um, your plate, so you're able to control the appetite, right? And the appetite is important because if you're able to control your appetite, then you are able to control like just your different desires, whether that may be lust or perversion or different addictions, anything, right? Yep. And for those of you in the background of my life are gonna say, but you eat everything and anything. There is scripture. I don't have the exact scripture, but it was something about the people was asking the disciples why they don't fast as much as everybody else. And Jesus basically told them to mind their business. All right. Whew, the word. I'm sorry. I'm not sorry, but I told y'all my energy was on. Anywho, all right, so that's how to live victoriously, right? So how to live victoriously, I'm gonna run back through the four that it has given, and then in the next one on victory, I'm going to discuss what conquers the world. But this is all on how to live victoriously, so hopefully you got something from it. It's cold though, so I'm about to get back under my blanket. Yeah. Okay. So the first way is by Christ. That scripture was Philippians 4:13. So I'm gonna give the scriptures stating them verbally. So for those of you who will be looking for them in the uh, little description box, they might or might not be in there. So hopefully you listen through to write it down, because first one on how to live victoriously is by Christ. And the scripture provided is Philippians 4:13. The next one, number 2, is by resisting the devil. The scripture provided is James 4:7. The third way on how to live victoriously is by the keeping power of God. And the scripture given for that one is Jude 24:25. The fourth way on how to live victoriously is by the Spirit of God. And the scriptures provided are Romans 8:1-17, Galatians 5:16, as well as 23 and 25. So that is our first section on victory. Okay. First section on victory. And that section is how to live victoriously. So again, this was notes taken from some of my study on victory from my handy dandy book tour. That's my other, I call it my book tour because it's a book, but it's like my mentor at the same time, since, whatever. It's me and God in the book. Anyway, so next video I will be doing on victory will be on what conquers the world. So if you see somebody that jumps on that because I said it, just Anywho, I know some of them folks is out there. C'est la vie. C'est la vie. Anyway, that's it. But I'm a little bird. I'm a little bird. I'm like big bird. So I'm going to go back under her my blanket. I might study because clearly I'm not sleepy. But I can see my breath. I'm not gonna edit that out. I'm like, all right, y'all. Love you later. I'll catch you next time. Yep, I'll catch you next time. And I might not look the same, but it's okay. You're not here to look at me. You're here to hear what I say. Yeah. Peace out. Have a great one.